Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? Happy Halloween, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's your boy, the real E-Leezy. Weird day, man. It was just a weird weekend in sports, man. The Warriors ended up going 0-2 to start the road trip. And it's only going to get tougher from this point forward. They got Miami, you know what I'm saying, coming up. And then they play Orlando, but shit, Orlando ain't that's not an easy game either. You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to get tough. It's going to be real tough. So, whatever they seen the Warriors projected win total at the beginning of the season, shit, I mean, that could be true. That could be true because if they're projecting it based off of the roster that we have, you know what I'm saying? It's like they have inside information that nobody else is privy to. Like, why would you predict the defending champions to only have 45 wins? It makes no sense to me. So with that being said, it's been a weird weekend. Utah Jazz beat the Memphis Grizzlies at home. Utah Jazz is playing very, very inspired basketball. They're playing very competitive. Now they have a younger coach. They have young talent. And they're not conceding and they're not tanking. It appears this early in the season they are not mailing it in. They're still trying to be competitive while still seeing what's out there, seeing what other moves can be made. And that's just what it is on that front. OKC got a win in Dallas after beating the Clippers 2 straight times. They went on the road and played Dallas, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, dropped 38. Very impressive. Now, we know he's good. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's really, really good. And OKC is competitive. Young coach over there. They're rebuilding. They got a ton of draft picks. Sam Presti knows exactly what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to rebuild the right way. So, on that front, it seems like all the good teams right now are struggling. And all the teams that we thought were going to struggle are actually, excelling and exceeding expectation in this, early part of the season. I don't know whether that's going to, I don't know if that's going to be the trend moving forward, but I do know that's what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not a good look. San Antonio is competing. Greg Popovich got those guys competing. You know what I'm saying? They minus the player. And I'll talk about that on another stream, but another video. But San Antonio is competing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So Greg Popovich got them boys out there balling, man. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch. I love to see good basketball. I just don't want to see the good teams just out there blowing everybody out every night. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be competitive, just so it's a wake-up call for all the rest of the best teams around the league. You know what I'm saying? To be to kind of step their game up. Wake up. These teams aren't coming out just going to lay down and let you win games because you're supposed to be Steph Curry and Ja Morant and all these high-profile names. No, you got to go out there and play the game and execute on both ends of the floor and get it done. And we're not seeing that, from the championship type teams. So moving forward, man, I would expect them to come out and play a little bit more inspired, play with more energy, with more attention to detail, play with a chip on their shoulder and compete. Because that's the brand of basketball that we all grew up on, most of us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would, expect moving forward. Or else it's just going to be a media frenzy. They're going to talk about them in the media daily. It's not going to be good. And is that something that you want to hear throughout the season? Nah, man, we want to shut the media off. Shut their mouths. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. And shout out to the Laker and the Laker fans. They still garbage. And I don't think they're going to make the playoffs still. But they got a good win against a Denver team yesterday I thought Denver was really going through the motions, and then I thought Mike Malone, some of his rotations was messed up. I don't know what happened to Bones Highland. Bones Highland he didn't play, but the other day he dropped like 26 and hit like 7-8 threes, and then all of a sudden now he didn't play, like in this game. Like, and Ish Smith had to play, and I thought that Ish Smith had a lot of turnovers. He didn't really give them that bench spark and production. When they went to that second group, that's when the Lakers made their run. And they did the same thing in the first half and the same thing in the second half. So, shout out to the Lakers for getting a good win. That was a good win. It was their first win of the season. Now everybody could kind of relax, take a deep breath. It's a sign of relief. Now you can just try to move forward and focus on basketball. The experiment with Russ coming off the bench seems to have worked the last couple games as his energy level has picked up. He said to the media that he's going to do whatever asked of him. And that's exactly what he's been doing. Russell Westbrook has been playing inspired basketball. Energy-wise, his offensive production has boosted and improved. And that's the type of energy that they're going to need from Russell Westbrook. Their three-point shooting improved last game as far as percentage-wise. I mean, that's a good thing. So they have things to build on. AD their season is going to be contingent upon health, camaraderie, and chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Because AD, every time he goes up and comes down, you always think that, oh man, what is it now? He's going to be injured for the season. So, with the Lakers, it's still the Lakers. They have a lot of issues going on inside that locker room, and they need to figure that out. So, I mean, we'll see how the season progresses from this point with them getting their first win. But nonetheless, that was a good win. With these early games, this is a chance where people can make their money, though. If you bet the underdogs are covering on the spread and the money line. So if you are a gambling individual, you need to have a discernment over, okay, wait a minute, Vegas is trying to trick me with this spread, with this line. See, everybody yesterday thought the Warriors on a back-to-back, they lost to Charlotte without Terry Rozier, without Miles Bridges, without LaMelo Ball. We finna, you know what I'm saying? We finna come out. I'm about to bet the Warriors minus that 6 or 7, whatever they were minus, and they came out on a back-to-back and lost to Detroit handedly. Detroit really dominated and controlled the whole game. And everybody bet the Warriors first quarter, they bet them first half, and they bet them second half. And they lost all 3 frames of that bet. So you have to be careful, because I told everybody the mafioso Vegas, they own and dictate all of these games. The referees have been terrible. The referees look like they've been messing the games up. This is a straight Tim Donaghy effect. See, when it's all this money invested on these games and on these teams, man, they not finna let you put all your stimulus checks on these games and get rich. You know what I'm saying? This is a recession. It's also a recession for bettors. These bettors are taking all, because you know what bettors like to do? They like to always bet the favorite all the time and think that the favorite is going to save their ass. No, you have to have a discernment, and you have to be able to say, man, I'm going against them tonight. I don't care if they favorite by 100, all that. They about to lose this game, because all these games be fixed, bro. All these games be fixed already. So you got to keep that in mind. We got to keep that in mind, man. You know what I'm saying? So that it is what it is on that front. But we're not going to diminish all the other teams from competing at a high level. They're playing hard, and they're coming after people's necks. Shout out to Cleveland Cavaliers, though. Cleveland Cavaliers in Milwaukee, they're the ones that look like they're ready. See, but this is the same thing that happened with the Suns last year. See, when you peak a little too early and you show your hand and you put your best foot forward a little too early, that means later on in the season you're going to hit that rough patch. And you don't want to hit that rough patch going into the playoffs. You really want to go into the playoffs with momentum, healthy, playing well, you know what I'm saying, gelling. So I don't get too excited or too high, you know what I'm saying, on teams that's playing really, 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 really well. And then teams who's supposed to be up there that's really not playing that good. For me, of course, I'm a winner. I don't want, you know, people coming out just playing any old kind of way. I want you to play the right way every time and put your best foot forward. But if a team happens to be better than you on that night with you playing your best brand of basketball, I can live with that. But if I know that you're not playing the best brand of basketball on all levels, from coaching, you know what I'm saying, and players, then I can't accept that. That's kind of hard for me to accept, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't come from an era where teams out here just lay down for people. You got to go out there and play the games. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is on that front. But, yeah, it's been real competitive. It seems like there's a lot of parity across the league. There are a lot of teams that's, you know, around that 500 mark. A lot of teams that's, you know what I'm saying, trying to compete and say, man, I'm trying to get into a playoff spot. I'm trying to position myself right now so later on when it comes down to a couple of games that's decided on who makes the play-in or whatever that is, then you can come back to the beginning of the season and say, okay, we put ourselves in position for this day right here by winning those early ball games and not conceding and not just giving up ground like that. You know what I'm saying? In early games where they playing good teams and teams that's supposed to be NBA championship level teams. And, you know, they're going out there competing and they won those games. And at the end of the season, you can look back and say they should have lost this game, they should have lost that game, they should have lost this game. But when you're jockeying for playoff positioning, every game matters, especially for the young teams that's really trying to improve and make a name for themselves and get better. That's a great start with trying to compete and at least make a play-in. And that means everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and we've seen that any given night, any team can beat any team. So we got the we got the Warriors struggling. We got Brooklyn struggling. We got all these teams, Chicago struggling. We got Warriors. We got the Clippers struggling. So all these teams that we thought that were going to be near the top are struggling. And they're going to need to get that. They're going to need to turn that around. You know, with getting healthy bodies, having people available to play, and develop that chemistry. The players that's already on the court, they're going to have a mindset and provide more leadership, you know, on the floor and off the floor. And then the coaching needs to be better too. You know what I'm saying? The coaching need to be better with their rotations. You know what I'm saying? With their preparation, with their game plans. And that's that. So, you know, let me know what y'all think. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from the young teams. That's what I like to see, the underdogs. I love underdogs. I love underdogs. I love it when they compete. I love it when they come through. And that's why from a betting standpoint, I always like to bet the underdogs. Win, lose, or draw, because you don't have nothing to lose to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Because that team ain't supposed to win or be in the game or compete. But they somehow end up winning the ball game. And that's profit. They're very profitable in this, you know, this early young season. So let me know what y'all think, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to Real E-Leezy. You already know what it is, man. Love, advice, smile, cry, laugh. And I got more content coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Because ticket, stay tuned, nigga. Yeah. Stay tuned, because you like to talk all that shit. You applehead motherfucker, but don't even trip. You already know. Don't act like you don't know. You should know. Yeah, okay? So salute to my people, man. Love on your people. Happy Halloween, man. And everybody and their families. Make sure you take your young nieces, your cousins, your nephews, you know what I'm saying, your sons and your daughters out here, man. Make sure you take them trick-or-treating, man. And make sure it's safe in the neighborhood where it's safe. You know what I'm saying? And always be aware of your surroundings, too, because, you know, around this time of the year, people like to get stupid, act stupid, do shit for views and all this other shit. So be careful out there, man, and y'all enjoy the holiday, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Halloween holiday, so appreciate y'all for sure.